Hey, everybody. This is Multiversal Archivist coming at you. You might even say, I'm trapping you, because that's the theme of today's movie. And
We're
speaking of
caught in a
traps,
trap.
speaking of
I
traps, I
can't
have
walk out.
convinced or shanghaied good friend of the channel, Mr. David, to come and join me. Um, I told him we were watching Saltburn today, and he was all excited. He came all aflutter. He was wearing his Saltburn t-shirt. He
Got my
had his
Saltburn t-shirt.
he was
Got that little.
cosplaying.
Got the tub. Got which A24 put out. I guess there was a. You can buy at Hot Topics or whatever the tub from Saltburn as a little action figure, which is stupid.
Ooh, he has his miniature tub. I thought you meant a
Yeah.
popcorn bucket. I was about to say, what kind of popcorn bucket did they do for Saltburn? But a tub. There must be something involving a tub in that movie.
There is something spoilers involving a tub that became quite a meme, but I feel like that's such a lame action figure because you just have a little model bathtub on your shelf, and I feel like if no one's seen Saltburn, you would have to like stand there and explain it to them.
Why you have a miniature tub on your shelf? Right
Yep,
next
yep,
to your Superman action figure.
exactly. And I guess you could then put the Superman action figure in the tub and recreate that Batman v Superman scene.
Is it big enough to hold a Superman though?
I don't know. I'd have
You
to.
didn't get it. I thought you said you brought it.
Yes, it can hold all seven Justice League members. It's big enough
Oh, it's
for
jacuzzi.
all of them.
It's a jacuzzi tub. Gotcha.
They can have, yeah, exactly. It's a jacuzzi practically. They can have a real good time.
But but it is a trap because we are not watching Saltburn this week.
We are not.
Gasp, gasp in
Next week
Spanish.
for sure.
Next week for sure. The trap will finally be sprung. Now this week we're watching Trap, an M Night Shyamalan original. Now this is probably my most anticipated movie of the summer. I didn't get a chance to see it in theaters, but I was super excited for it. I saw the trailer and was like, "That, give me that."
Yeah, I remember. And this actually can segue into talking about the different ways you and I consume media because uh, I can be if I really want to see a movie, I will be very spoiler averse. If I kind of already know it's one I'm interested in, I will, and especially if I know it has twists and turns, I want to see as little as possible.
Mm-hmm.
So we were in a position for a few months where you saw the trailer when it dropped, got very hyped about it, and were telling me kind of like you were holding a hot hand, like, "Oh man, David, do you know what Trap's about?" And I'm like, "No, I actually am. I'm trying not to find out what Trap's about."
Yep, I had to shut
Uh,
my big peeper.
Yep, and then yeah, finally, after many months of hype, went and saw it in theaters and was freaking out about it. So now the shoe is on the other end, where I will be the master, having already seen it, and you will be the
Yes, because I
disciple.
am actually. So if we talk about how we consume media, I admit I am impatient. I generally tend to spoil myself more often than not because I can't handle not knowing. But Trap is a rare exception. I really wanted to see it as it is. I knew there would be twists outside of just the main twist. So I was like, I'm not gonna watch anything. I'm not gonna look it up on Wikipedia to see what the synopsis is. I'm not gonna look for any special information. I'm just gonna wait until it finally comes out, and then I'll finally get a chance to watch it. So I don't know anything about Trap besides the initial premise, and I am super excited to finally see what other twist Mr. Shyamalan has in store for us.
Nah, absolutely, and since this is our inaugural, welcome to the show, M Night Shyamalan. What are your general thoughts on the dude? He's a very controversial filmmaker. He's a very love or hate.
I think
And
at the end
often
of the
like
day, like I get all the things people don't like about him. I get
yeah,
all his particular moves, but you can't really. like complain too much about the guy who brought us Signs and Unbreakable. Like, I mean,
Yeah, man, and
those
then
two
six.
movies alone are, and like, see, I haven't seen Sixth Sense in a long time, so I can't really speak
Yeah,
on it. But I know people, I know it's considered a classic for a reason.
nah, for sure. Like that film. Those three are pretty great. I'm a big fan of The Village. I think that movie, even though that was kind of the start of people getting really pissed off at him.
Mm-hmm. Right, right.
Um, but I've come to mostly enjoy that film. Give or take an Adrian Brody. That's like the one part I'm iffy on in that movie. Is he plays a mentally handicapped man, and it's a little too Tropic Thunder for me. Um, but yeah, no, like I'm kind of in the same boat. It's weird because he's been hated for so long that now there are. I feel like people have come around a little too hard to try to be like, no, he is the greatest working filmmaker, and if you think his dialogue is dumb, you're dumb because it's actually beautifully written. And I'm like, I can't go quite that
Lady in
far.
the Water breaks
Yes, I would
that
agree.
whole thing, that whole argument. Much as I love most of his work, Lady in the Waters is not a good movie. And it's
Even
very
those guys don't really try to rehabilitate like Last Airbender or
yeah.
the After Earth. Like when he tried to be a blockbuster filmmaker, I feel like that
I
did
forgot
not.
he did After Earth
Yeah,
because
and those two did not really take. But I'm mostly okay with this last run he's been on when he's gotten back to making like cheaper thrillers for like the Blumhouse and whatnot. I
mm-hmm.
think I really liked Old. I liked Knock at the Cabin, and I liked Trap. So I've been kind of on a like I've
Yeah,
been on an
see,
okay streak
so
with this guy.
if we're talking new ones, I would never watch Old again. But that's not that doesn't make it a bad movie. That just makes it a movie that's not for me.
Yeah, I mean it's a very
It's
heavy film at times for
yeah, it's a
sure.
very heavy film dealing with topics and stuff that I very much stay away from normally.
Yeah,
But
try
I
not
still
to
think
think
that
about too
movie,
much.
I still think that movie is really good. Like it is a really good movie. Knock at the Cabin, also a really good movie. I only saw it the once. I should go rewatch it. I don't remember I don't remember how I felt about the overall like reveal at the end because isn't it spoilers for Knock at the Cabin I guess, but isn't it
Yeah,
revealed
yeah, go watch Knock at the Cabin, listeners, and then come back.
that it isn't it revealed that it was a good thing that it was a good thing to do or that like they did avert the apocalypse or something?
Yeah, they do. It turns out that yes, the sacrifice does avert the apocalypse. The movie does kind of end, which is good, like a little ambiguously, because they're both rightly kind of pissed off, like the daughter and surviving dad, that they were forced to do that.
Right, right.
Um,
But in the book that it's based on, it's not as um isn't it not as clear cut about it or something?
yes, I think. I believe if I'm remembering right, uh, in the book the kid dies by like some kind of accident,
Mm.
like in like fighting the invaders, and then the dads are like, no, I'm not doing this. I don't want to. If even if this is true and the apocalypse is happening, I don't want to obey like God if he's making us do this. And they just kind of walk off, and like maybe the apocalypse is going to happen because of them, and maybe not. And I find that a little more compelling. I
Yeah,
think,
right, right, right. Yeah, that's
yeah,
what I
but
remember you saying. Whereas they
but
kill the dad
I
in
do
the
like
original, they kill the dad in the movie, right? And
yeah,
that's
the
yeah,
dad is like very devout, so he actually decides to do it, and he like begs the other dad to shoot him,
that's right, that's right.
and and then the apocalypse does get averted, and
Averted
the
because
two
there's a
of them
bunch of
like
media and news stuff leading up to it being like, oh yeah, bad stuff's happening.
yeah, which is
Yeah.
always a problem with M Night that I do have is that he when he comes up with like, oh, this is so fantastical that now you have no choice but to believe what he's showing me is not very impressive. This is the
Mm-hmm.
problem with Glass, where it's like, oh, once people see a video of a guy pushing a car over, everyone will believe in superheroes.
Right, right.
And then in
Yeah,
Knock at
that
the
one has
Cabin.
that
It's like,
whole society of secret superhero hunters or
yeah,
whatever.
yeah, yeah. They call the superheroes, but then it's like, oh well, once this footage of James McAvoy pushing a car over comes out, everyone will know superheroes are real, and it's like I don't think anyone would be that impressed by
Especially
a
since it's
video
set in
of a
modern
guy pushing a
times.
car over because he pushes it over on its like sideways. He doesn't even like flip it the long, it's not
He's not
not a
juggling
very
it.
and look at that's hard. You have to be kind of strong to push a car, but like it's not supernatural.
Mm. But
And then
like,
Knock at the Cabin. Similarly, the footage is like, well, now that you're seeing on the TV that like airplanes fall out of the sky, now you have to believe. And it's like, well, I don't know. I don't even. Dave Batista could have just plugged that in that cord into the TV or something, and it's showing stock footage.
mm.
But
Now
the adults are like,
if we're talking um, classic M Night Shyamalan, I do think both Signs and Unbreakable are probably one of the best, are two of the best movies ever made, or at the very
yeah,
least,
I
perfection.
adore Unbreakable and Sixth Sense, and I think Signs is really good.
Yeah, I love Signs.
Yeah, yeah, they're both very like tense and tragic, and that's something I think M Night is underrated. Is his emotional content? I think actually always kind of gets to me when he starts like tugging on the
Old
heartstrings.
is a very well emotional movie. Like it
Yep,
really hits hard. Um,
it does, and then Unbreakable does for me too. I'm like I like their little friendship, the Sam Jackson and Bruce Willis, and how
mhm.
tragic it goes. Like that all kind of uh moves me, and then yeah, all the grief stuff and the signs, you know.
Yeah, Signs is I
Yeah,
love, like I really do. I think Signs is right there with um like Back to the Future and stuff like that in terms of like perfect movies.
yeah,
Like I
where you think like
really,
not a wrong note.
yeah,
Yeah,
not a wrong note. It's from an almost every standpoint. It's it hits well. Like from a mechanical standpoint, from a story standpoint, all of that good stuff. It really.
good scares.
Hmm.
All everyone mentions the birthday party scene.
To
Uh,
your comment too, it also does a much better job of giving you the show not tell, because I remember when they're watching the news footage in the closet, and they're watching the eyewitness videos of aliens.
yeah,
I think hits a lot better than anything like that you see in Knock in the Cabin and those other examples, because it's
yep,
all
where it's
really
actually.
good, like blurry footage and like news media is freaking out about it. It's really well done.
I agree. I find that a more believable, like panicking over the apocalypse.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, there's just a lot of good scenes in that. The one in the trailer everyone remembers where he sticks the knife under the door to see
Yep.
the aliens. Yeah. That little kid getting the germs breathed on him or whatever.
Mm. him him using a bat to knock over water glasses.
Yeah, yeah, that part's fun, and then them chasing each other around the house.
Mm. Yeah,
um,
I think again I think M Night Shyamalan is actually is a really good film guy. I The only movie I've ever straight up not liked from him is Lady in the Lake, or Lady in the
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Water.
Lady in the Water, where
Yeah.
it's all the running around the apartment, recreating the fairy tales and just talking about like the dumb rules that don't make any sense of the storytelling or whatever. Yeah, that one's annoying. I actually don't mind the happening. It's very silly, but it entertains
The
me
Happening,
throughout.
yeah, ooh, Mark Wahlberg. I mean, you can't you that dude is
Yeah.
that dude is very good in that movie. So I can't really complain about it. And even if the thing itself is like dumb, I kind of like that the plants are just attacking people. I don't
It's
know.
got some, I find the weird suicides Like at
Yeah.
least the least disturbing kind of like the guy sitting under the lawnmower or whatever.
Yeah, it's just a funny, I don't know, it's kind of just a funny premise when you like I don't take it too seriously, and thankfully I don't remember Mark Wahlberg really taking it too seriously either
No, he's
in that
doing the
movie.
what? No, like that kind of stuff. His
Yeah.
line deliveries in that movie. Hey guys,
Remember him talking to the plant and figuring out it's plastic.
yeah, but he's begging the plant to spare their lives, and then he's like, "Oh, it's a plastic plant."
Yeah.
And Zooey Deschanel has a good line in that because they're seeing the horrible, the deaths start happening from like a distance, and she goes, "We can't stand by as uninvolved observers, like those assholes that don't help on the news. We are not assholes." So no, I'm mostly team M Night, and some of his to quote Hellboy, you like a person for their strengths, but love them for their faults. I do find a lot of his goofier stuff kind of endearing. He was kind of a victim of his own hype because if you remember when around the Sixth Sense Unbreakable Signs era, people were like calling him he's the next Spielberg, he's the next Hitchcock,
Yeah, I remember
and
that.
and I mean like he kind of is to a degree in that he's one of the last filmmakers that like regular people know the name of. But I do think yeah that didn't do him a lot of favors, having that like having to live up to that hype essentially.
Right. No, I imagine that the victim of his own success, and then a rapid decline in the public perception.
Yes, yeah. Like that was right when people were starting to get fed up with him, like when he was on that streak of Village, Lady in the Water happening, and then to me, like Last Airbender is one of those where like yeah, like even I as an M Night fan overall, I'm like yeah, that was a boondoggle,
Yeah, I've not seen the Netflix live action Airbender yet. I've heard it does some interesting things. I heard it's pretty good overall, but it does some interesting janky stuff with the source material.
Yeah, I've only heard of the janky stuff, but I cannot comment because I've not watched the live action one. Kind of don't want to that much. Like even if it does okay, I feel
No,
like
I mean,
the
why would you? I mean, you could just go watch
exactly. I feel like it's a
the animated one, and at any time if you really wanted to go back to that well.
yeah. I would have to really be sold on like no, it's doing its own amazing stuff for me to really care in it because it being like oh, it's a pretty good approximation of the cartoon is not very exciting to me.
No, yeah,
Um,
especially when you could just go watch the cartoon. It's great. It's so weird that it got. I mean, I get it because they want to make more money.
yeah.
And right now we're all about making live actions of animated stuff. But still, it's so strange to do that to Last Airbender.
Yeah, I know. And speaking of yeah, Nick properties, like where's the live action Doug that people are like, "Oh, they ruined Doug." It's nothing like cartoon. I just don't really get the initial appeal, yeah, of why like you would even be hyped for that in the first place. And like I said, I remember being excited for the M Night movie because I was like, "Oh, that's a totally different medium, like how are they going to make it a 90-minute movie or whatever?" Like that's at least
Yeah.
uh, a change in format, but the show it's like, well, it's already a TV show, so I know how to, I know what this looks like as a
Hmm.
program.
All right. Well, now that we've gotten off track, let's get back
A
on
little
track.
bit, but yeah.
We're gonna go
Bottom line,
into
I like M Night, except for the Last Airbender. It's kind of my take.
yeah. I like M Night. And thankfully I don't remember the Last Airbender enough, but I know I don't like it. I don't like, and I didn't like Lady in the Lake. I found
Yeah,
that
in the
movie.
water because she's not in the lake;
Yeah,
she's in
in
a
the water.
pool.
She's in a pool in a apartment complex, and Paul
Yeah, with the
Giamatti
guy
as
who
the
works out one arm. I remember that part.
with Paul Giamatti as the tenant
Yeah, he's like the
guy.
superintendent who like
Yep.
has to help her get home to the eagle, and the monkeys are after her.
Yep. And M Night Shyamalan's gonna write a book that's gonna change all of us forever.
Yes, yeah, because he's so amazing. And the evil film critic gets eaten, which as film reviewers ourselves, that was very offensive to our people.
Yeah, I'm highly offended by anything that
The
would.
film critic's portrayed as a jerk who gets eaten by the monster.
Before we watch, one last thing.
Mhm.
What do you think of Trap? Spoiler free.
So I really like Trap. It actually might be my favorite of this streak of M Night, and
Ooh.
maybe the most M Night since that Golden Run. Um,
Oh, okay.
so I'm not trying to hype you, but I'm curious because I want to see how you feel as it develops. Because this movie does like change tracks a lot, and I think that I know that bothers a lot of people. Like they're like I lose interest at a certain point, but I've kind of come to enjoy it as a whole crazy package. Um, and also, this has helped because I was very happy in Oppenheimer when Josh Hartnett came back. So I am like on board with this renaissance of the
Yeah,
Hartnett.
we're getting some really good male actors nowadays. Between Josh Hartnett getting in more things, like Hitman guy, Glenn Powell.
Yeah.
Glenn
Glenn
Powell
Powell. Yeah.
is
It's
really
also
kind
like
of bringing up. Like I feel like we've kind of reached this area where like the Brad Pitts and the George Clooney's are like, they've gotten old, but we
yeah.
never really found their replacements, so to speak. And now I
Yes.
think we
There's
really
that.
kind of are getting that. Like I think Glenn Powell is getting in more and more stuff. He's great. Josh Harkness is really good, and what we've been seeing him in.
Yep. I agree. Where like I feel like people were talking about how the movie star is dead. Because yeah, no one was really coming in after the Tom Cruises and Brad Pitts and DiCaprio's. But this last couple years for like chiseled white dudes has kind of given me hope because yeah, Glenn Powell is awesome and has been on a great streak, and yeah, Josh Hartnett's kind of back in the mix. So I'm a little more hopeful that we're rebuilding like
Like movie
matinee
stars, so to
idol type
speak.
people.
Yeah, like movie stars, so to speak.
Yep. So I agree with that. So on that level, I liked it. And yeah, M Night wise, it's actually one of my favorites. But we'll see how you feel as it goes. And also, not to tell tales out of school for like inform on you to the public, but uh, as a dad, I'm curious how you'll react to this movie because I think
Yeah.
it a lot
Well,
of that a lot of this movie is about M Night kind of dealing with being a dad, which makes it kind of interesting.
is he? He's not a new dad though, right? He's had a kid for a while, right?
No, in fact, his teenage daughter is a character in this movie. Spoiler alert!
Ah,
Like
of course she is.
she herself is a major figure, which is kind of we'll dig into that once we get into it.
Yeah. Well, that makes sense. Given how I gotta, I am so we're good. One more off track thing.
No, please.
I am so I gotta look into it. I don't know if freaking the guy in Agatha all along, the kid. I still don't know if it's outright been said whether or not he's Wiccan or not. It's driving me crazy. You would think if they were gonna do that, it would be all over. Like I just watched. The only reason why this came up was because as I was getting ready to hit the record button, a thing for Wiccan for Agatha all along came up, and it showed
Yeah.
him like talking to Agatha and being like, "I've been reading up on you. I know all about you. I've been doing research on you. That's why I came to find you." And she was like, "Who are you?" And the kid, the boy,
Mhm.
started to say his name, and then like I had it muted, so I don't know what was actually said, but like visually, like scribbles came up over his mouth as if to
Mm.
beep him out, and she was like, "Interesting," and I was like, "What? Why would you? Why wouldn't you just say who he is? If he's Wiccan, that's like the only reason I'm gonna watch it. So why wouldn't you just say that it's Wiccan?"
So here's my take on all of this.
As a
I
guy
don't even know the
removed,
kid you're talking about because I am so checked out on the
I know
Marvel
you
stuff.
are. That's why I said this
I
was
saw
gonna
the
be a
trailer
small
for
rant.
Agatha all along, but all I remember is I think Aubrey Plaza is going to be in it as
Yep, she
well.
is.
Um,
But you know
And
who
my other
Wiccan is, right?
yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes. My take on this is that that's all Marvel does, and if he's Wiccan, he's never going to be seen again. So it doesn't matter, in the same way Blade, in the same way Kit Harington being Black Knight,
Absolutely. I
So
don't get
don't get
this
worked up.
is
He'll probably will turn out to be Wiccan or
they
some
have
other
him
cool.
they have him on the Wikipedia. Joe Locke as teen.
Yeah, so they're keeping it a secret. It'll be a big reveal to maximize the clicks when IGN is like, Agatha all along dropped one of the biggest Marvel characters.
Within the script,
Um,
Locke's character was only referred to as teen, which became a joke within the series. Fuck you, Marvel. I hate you so much. I hate that you keep doing this. I hate that you continue to be the tease. Anyways, let's go watch. Let's go watch.
yeah, again, he'll be Wiccan in the last episode, or maybe halfway through the series. He'll show up similar looking costume, and then will never see him again on
Yep.
screen because it's
Yep.
just the promise of things to come.
Yep. It's the promise of
And
things to come and waiting 5 years for a Young Avengers movie so that they could
and
become
again,
Young Avengers.
that dancing around. Oh, is Zendaya MJ? When it's like, couldn't you just cast her as MJ and just have her be MJ? And like,
I wonder how that would have changed
why
that
does that need to
casting.
be a surprise or something you waffle on?
I also wonder how that would have changed it if they didn't have to. Do you think if they didn't have to secretly hint around her being MJ or not, she would have actually been more MJ? Like
Yeah,
if she
absolutely, and
was
thus,
if she
which would
was
have also
MJ
been a
from the
better movie.
beginning, yeah. So if she was MJ from the beginning, I don't. I wonder if they would have made her grunge MJ. I think not. Like you said, I think because they would have just been able to make her MJ because they wouldn't have had to tease it or
She actually
secretly.
plays closer to Mary Jane in Challengers. Like,
Yeah,
I mean, a more evil version, but still,
well, yeah, that's
more
what I said when I
where you'd
watched
want
it. I
that
was
character
like,
to
man,
be.
this is what MJ. This is should have been MJ. This should have been how we
Yeah,
did it.
more like cool and confident, kind of.
Yeah,
But
I
in any case,
any
that's a
case,
story for
yeah.
when we do a Spider-Man movie. We should do Three Giant Men, which is where Captain America and El Santo. It's like a Turkish ripoff movie where El Santo and Captain America fight evil Spider-Man, and the first scene is Spider-Man burying a lady up to her neck in the beach, and then he runs her over with a dune buggy while laughing evilly, and you're like, oh, this is not the Spider-Man I'm used to.
That is something. And
Yeah. So
Captain
we'll do
America's
three.
in. Is Captain America in it then?
Yeah, and he's in full costume and a good guy, and he's fighting evil Spider-Man who's in full costume and a bad guy.
And that is
So it's
that
a,
is something. That is a good pick for for a movie.
yeah, we'll have to get around to it at some point.
We'll also have to break into the WB vault and finally release the Batgirl cut. That'll be
Oh
our
yeah,
next our
we'll be
Ocean's
the
11.
inaugural watchers.
Yep.
Yeah, we'll watch silently and be like, all right, let's report on everything that's in the Batgirl cut.
Mm.
But in
All right.
any case,
All right. So we're gonna watch Trap. I'm gonna count us down. We're gonna start at 1. You go ahead and press play. This version doesn't have any ads or anything. So if you are watching at home and following along, make sure you adjust for ads or anything like that if you have any. So I am going to count us down at 1. We're gonna hit play. So 3, 2, 1.
all right, the new Warner Brothers logo, which I'm kind of iffy on.
I forgot this was even a Warner Brothers
Yeah,
original.
I don't really like that. You just see
The
the
water
full
tower.
yeah, water tower, and it's like different colored from the shield. Looks bad to me. Now this weird production logo, I'm all right with.
The Blinding
This
Edge. Is this his
looks like the
company
eagle is
or?
like is doing a missionary style on that lady. Oh, here we go.
An M. Night Shyamalan film.
Rap. Figure 567. Oh, he's figure 384. Yeah, see, Sakila Night Shyamalan, and sorry if I'm mispronouncing that name.
And like the third credit too.
Woo, Allison Pill! Kim Pines herself from the Scott Pilgrim.
Oh.
Yeah, one of my favorite actors since I was a kid, and she voiced the mouse Cornflower on the Redwall cartoon.
Man, I love, like, just as we're talking over the credits, I can only state again that I really love the premise for this movie. Like, what I know of the premise,
Yeah,
I dug it in the trailer. I'm really excited to see it.
nope, it is yeah. Super super fun setup, and almost designed to like make a person be like, oh, I gotta see that.
Oh, she's singing like Angel, off key.
Yeah, Lauren is gonna tell her future with the Lady Raven.
Lady Raven must be Mr. Shyamalan's daughter.
I believe she is. Yes. Don't want to
That face
spoil it.
on that face on that T-shirt was just like, that's an M Night Shyamalan face. I don't even mean
That,
that
that,
in a
that
bad
that's
way.
part of the M Night Shyamalan dynasty for sure. Yes.
I've just seen his face so much in movies that got used
In
to
his,
it.
in his movies, yeah, because he can't stay off the camera.
No, which
He loves.
honestly, if I was a director, I would do the same thing. I'd be like, I want to
No,
go
no,
in there.
and a lot of people were like mad, saying like, "Oh, he's just trying to sell his daughter's music career." But I'm kind of like, I don't know. I've actually always found it charming when people cast their wives and kids or whatever in
Yeah, because
movies.
it's a good
Yeah,
working rule. Like I even
yeah,
like that when it's not like family. It's just people who work really well together. Like when it's David Lynch and Kyle MacLachlan. I mean,
yeah,
like they work well
they're all
together.
buddies.
Like they're
Yeah.
buddies. Like that's cute. That isn't bad.
No, I totally agree. It's never bugged me, and I usually find it sweet more than anything. Like people get mad at Rob Zombie. They're like, "Oh, he puts his wife as the star in all his movies, even though she's not a great actor." And I'm like, I find that kind of beautiful, to be honest. I don't know.
Yeah,
It doesn't like I
exactly.
find it more charming than annoying.
Like I guess I get the argument for nepotism because that's something that people don't like in actual businesses, but at the same time I don't know. When you have an entertainment, like I feel like entertainment can't really be judged in the same kind of
I,
capacity as like going to
I
work at a
agree.
bank. You know what I mean? Like if
Or like I don't like it in politics. It really annoys me when like you get to be president because of your family name or whatever. But
mhm.
in a movie, it really doesn't bother me. Like
Yeah, I
it's
mean like entertainment, I mean people have been circus is all like the circ back in the day, the circ was all about like people who taught other people to do things and like
yeah,
it was all
you're
I don't know. I mean, I guess it's not exactly the same because people go and get professionally trained to be actors and actresses now, but like at the same time, if you lived 90% of your life with an actor, then you're probably at least a somewhat decent actor yourself.
for sure. Case in point, Josh Hartnett,
Hmm.
very good in this already. I think he's playing being an enthusiastic dad who's not actually that into this because why would you be? Because it's a teen idol and you're a grown man. But he's putting on a good show for his kid. It's very cute. But if you know the premise, you're also like, yeah, is it just him being a fake excited dad, or is there something like
Oh, we don't know
something
his
weirder?
hunting parameters.
Yeah, there's something weirder under the surface here.
So far, I don't know anything, but he is a man who might be somebody that they're hunting, and he has a guy in a that trailer does a very good job of like giving you the hook, but also leaving things vague. Like he could just be a dude who has a guy in his basement. I don't
Which
know if
case
he's
in point, because I didn't see the trailer going and knew nothing about the premise. I was kind of fooled by this guy. I thought he was going to be a guy who was caught in a trap, but I was like, maybe he's the good guy because
mm,
the premise I came up with in my head, I was like, oh, there's a sniper in the stadium or something, and he figures it out or something.
yeah.
But no, no, no.
No,
this
no,
this
no, no, no.
he is the protagonist, but he's also the villain at the same time. Well, this does also capture the concert vibe, as someone who doesn't go to very many
I've
concerts,
only ever
but
been to one, and it doesn't technically count because it was a Christian youth concert, and I don't think the vibe is the exact same. But remember, back in the day when I was a teenager, I happened to be with somebody who was quite a bit into the Big G, and so I went to a lot of like I was part of a youth group for
yeah, yeah,
quite
yeah.
a bit of
You were all
time,
about
and
you were all about JC himself.
oh yeah,
Uh,
so much. Let me tell you. But no, we the Disney and Universal did that whole like rock the universe thing, which was all about like Christian youth rock, and that's the only concert I've ever been to.
yeah,
But
that's
to be
wild.
fair, it was Skillet that was playing, and Skillet's a really good band, so it was still a
Yeah,
pretty good
yeah, so,
experience.
yeah, like I wouldn't say like you don't gotta draw distinctions like Christian rock isn't a concert because yeah, like
I would
they got
say
their
it's
big
not the same
names.
kind of vibe though. Like it's definitely like I'm not despairing on a Christian rock concert, but it isn't doesn't have the
Yeah,
same vibe as like this.
true,
Mostly
true.
because
Though to
there's
be
like
fair, then you've got like your doom metal where it's all about the mosh pit,
yeah.
and the
Well,
fact that
there's
you
also
could
like a
die is
million adults there too, which makes it a little bit more of a subdue affair.
yeah, yeah. Then also, yeah, this is a teen idol, so yeah, of course it's going to be like kids and parents, so it's not there's not going to be a lot of you know
I don't think
vomiting
Crispy's
and
an
people
actual
on
thing.
acid and stuff.
I don't think Crispy's an actual thing. I
You think
think M
that's a
Night
made up pretzel
Shyamalan wrote
brand?
that up. I've never heard my teenage daughter say Crispy.
Oh yes, yes. Sorry, I thought you were saying the brand of the pretzel, but now I remember. There's the
No, it's a
running
way to
gag
be
about
like it's a way to say
crispy.
cool, and I don't think that that's legit.
I've never heard crispy either, but and you have kids, so I'm going to take your word for it that crispy is not a term in an actual nomenclature. In Knock at the Cabin, they also talk about crispy stuff because M Night, his cameo is he's on a cooking show on the TV, and he like says, "Wow, it's so crispy with the air fryer. It's fried chicken, but a lot less work." So I think he
Maybe he's
must
just
just really
really
like that
he
word.
really likes the word. I mean, it is a good word, crispy.
Yeah, crispy is cool. I would start calling things crispy to try to fit in. But see, like this is his daughter, and I think she totally sounds like a modern pop star. And if I didn't know it was the daughter, I'd be like, no, this is believable as a as something young people would care about. I also do like this kid actor playing the daughter there. I think she does a convincing job of being super excited by this
Yeah, no, I
nonsense.
mean she's a daughter at a concert.
Yep. I love him as the only guy just kind of nodding with his arms crossed. Also, this is shot by. I gotta look up his name so I don't mess it up. And I'm gonna butcher it. Sayambu Mukdipram, who's a Thai cinematographer who shot one of my favorite snooty art movies ever, Uncle Boonme, who can recall his past lives. Uh, and he also shot the movie Memoria with Tilda Swinton, which is badass.
Ooh,
And I think he brings the thunder to this movie too. I like all the different reds, and I like the stuff going on at the concert with all the projections on the screens. I think it looks rad. Oh, here we go. He's checking something on his phone. I wonder what.
ooh, man panting, frightened is what
Yeah,
the
he's not
subtitle
not
tell
not
me.
not in a good spot. That man, whatever man he's
I
looking
do
at.
like this horror stinger that they use.
Yeah, and again, me not having seen the trailer, I was like, "What's go? What? He's
Yeah,
a
man. I mean,
he's a serial killer." Like it was quite shocking I'd sort of thought maybe he would be the villain, but I thought it was going to be like at worst he would be messing with the whatever the concert performer was.
Yeah, like a stalker type situation.
Yeah, either
Yeah,
stalker or like
like he
your
was
tour
obsessed.
bus ran over my wife, so now I'm gonna kill you or something.
Oh, who
Like
the heck's this lady? She looked
oh,
like
who
she just
knows?
walked off the set of Old.
We're gonna find out. I mean, that could be true of any older actress.
Well, no, but I meant like she had that haunted look. She looked like she
Yeah.
had aged
Looked like
horribly.
she'd already been traumatized by
Yeah.
an M. Night. There we go. Oh, she's just an annoying, like, uh, parent who gets too into the kids' business and has jerk kids. She reminds me of a very traumatic childhood event where, um, after I was dropped off at the bus loop
Mhm.
in grade school, the parent of a kid came up to me and said, "Your dad cut me off by like this much, so I want you to tell him to like back off and be a better driver." And I
Wow.
started crying because some weird ladies like telling me what a jerk my dad is. And
That is.
I believe my mom yelled at her the next day for saying, if you have a problem, like talk to the guy, not my child.
That is
Which
so. People do the weirdest shit, man. As parents.
it is crazy, but yeah, like if another parent bothers you, I would not track down the child of that parent
I've
and
had
be
some
like,
parents that have knocked on my door and have been like, "Your boy was doing this and that." And I'm just like, "Okay, well,
yeah, all right,
all right."
well,
I mean, kids will be kids. So what do you want
yep,
me to say?
close the door on them
Yeah,
slowly, like, all right,
like,
well,
all
thank
right.
you. But that's terrible. But at least you're bothering the, it would be like if they went to your
Yeah.
son
No,
and
I
were
mean,
like,
hey, I mean, thanks for telling me, but also
"Mhm,
like, I only got like 2 days off of work, so can you go
yeah,
now?
so I got limited time to care about this sort of stuff." Oh no, this part's kind of interesting because this is like a more emotional song, and it's after he's uh checked on his dead body or his hostage. So I don't know, maybe he's getting a little emotionally involved. No, I don't think so. Maybe that doesn't hold much water because he.
Man, I thought you were supposed to wait a second to turn on the light. Everybody's forgiven so fast.
Yeah, I got too excited to participate.
Audience
They're
participation always freaks me out
like,
because like
yeah,
so when I was in so one of the many times I had to go to a youth thing,
yeah,
we went to like a convention thing and they were talking about God and all that good stuff and they were getting all
yep.
into it. And they're like, if you're ready to accept Jesus Christ as your savior, stand up. And like everybody stood up but me, and then like the youth person that was in charge of it looked at me like, "What's wrong with you?" I was like, "Look, man, I'm just here because my girlfriend dragged me to it."
Oh no, so they called on you to yell out if you feel the spirit, and you were just like, I'm
They called
actually
on
not here.
everybody. They're like, "Everybody stand up if you're ready to blah 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 to accept Jesus
And
Christ as your savior." And I was just
you
like,
had to fake, you had to fake feel the
"Oh, I didn't
spirit.
even fake it. I just stood. I just sat. Everybody else stood, and I was like, I'm gonna sit."
I mean, I guess that's like I remember uh, kids in grade school would sit down during Under God in the Pledge of Allegiance, which look, man, I don't particularly pledge allegiance to the one nation under God, but I found that a little too performative to do. I was like, just go along with it, man. Who cares?
Yeah, no, I mean I could have, but I didn't, and I was like, I instantly regretted it because everybody stared at me, and I was like, listen, I'm just here because I'm a teenage boy and I'm getting sex, so that's 90%
Jesus
of why
Christ.
I'm at any of these events. So you need to back off.
I got dragged to one Christian youth concert but by my best buddy in elementary school, which was a real like Harry Osborn Peter thing where they were kind of just friends because we were both unpopular. um, and he was like uber Christian, and yeah, after a sleepover, I had to go because it was Sunday the next day to his like crazy youth group. And again, a rock band did perform "Jesus is My Superhero" and was rattling off things Jesus was better than. Jesus is better than SpongeBob. He's better than Spider-Man. He's better than he said he's better than
That's one
Yu-Gi-Oh,
of those
which I
kids.
was.
That's one of those kids that I was only allowed to watch VeggieTales and had to read
Oh
those
no,
books.
totally.
Had to read those books that were like comic books, but they were about Bible stuff.
Yeah, the Bible, the heroes of the Bible, or
Yeah,
whatever. Oh wait, this guy rules though. He's a very funny bit character in this thing.
that girl didn't get her shirt,
No, but he's gonna give it to Josh Hartnett later,
or
which was
Josh
cool
Hardy
of him.
might just kill the girl to get the shirt. I mean, we have no idea what this man's capable of.
Yeah, yeah, you're gonna figure out what the butcher here as now that we know his name and they've set a trap for him. You're gonna know what his limits are, who he's willing to kill or not kill to escape.
Now, just for the fun of poking, I like this premise, but never would happen in real life. Like
No,
the
like, and I
concert
feel
being a
like
trap, like no, the concert's the concert. I feel like
yes,
the police were like, "Hey, we're gonna set a trap at your concert," a bunch of lawyers would jump out and be like, "Well, that's why. This is a bad idea."
yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, and yeah, like, once it came out, like, once all these hundreds of people know, oh, we used you and your kids as part of a sting to catch a serial killer. How many lawsuits would there be? you know?
And also the idea that they're gonna check everybody as they leave and stuff. Like, I guess they don't know who he is, so he could just walk out. Like, I don't know. I'm curious to see what
Yeah,
the
the way,
actual play is here because as
yeah,
far as it is right now, he could just walk out. Like they're just gonna check him before he leaves, but like they don't know anything about him by what we know about it so far.
no, and I think that actually is might be just he's. I think I think. I guess what makes it believable is that he's in panic mode because he might just be like, oh, I could just leave.
Like maybe he knows
Um,
that he left some evidence or something that might
yeah, he
grab
might not
him.
know how much they know, but we'll see.
Damn,
Because the
he.
only thing I do remember is that um, I forget where they mention it, but it's like a ticket stub they found on a crime scene, like or a receipt for this concert, but it was like half ripped, so they don't know anything else except that it's a concert.
That's some very that's a that's a jump.
And from there, they're like, well, he's gonna be there, so we should blockade the place and poke around every male that kind of looks like, or he might fit the description. Also, like it says, Lady Raven performs Liar. Like I'm gonna be like,
I
oh, that song, I love Liar, that classic song.
mean, good for her.
Yeah, yeah. No, no, I'm glad Lady Raven is has a big staple of classic songs that
Yeah,
everybody loves. Look, I'm Team Lady Raven.
I know this is a team
uh
concert, but it also seems super early in the day. Like it was very bright outside, and that everything I know about concerts, I've always implied that it's late at night.
Oh, they actually explain that in a throwaway line. I don't know if we missed it or if it's coming up that she had a big concert last night, but it sold out so fast that she cobbled together this like last minute second one, so more of her fans could
So it's a last
attend.
minute concert, and the police were like, "Hey, can you do us this solid?"
Yes, like not like that's so she has this second last minute concert set for the daytime, and then Josh Hartnett buys the tickets for it, and then the police are like, "Hey, uh, can we use your second last minute concert as a sting for a serial killer?" Oh, and then there's this like Charles Manson looking pop star who I guess were like is famous in the movie because
Josh
everyone's like,
Hartnett
"Oh
was
my
really
gosh, he's
eyeing
this."
that staircase, but like again, Josh Hartnett, you could just leave, just walk out.
Yep.
The classic
He kind
serial
of looks
killer
like
getting
the
in the way of
creepy.
himself.
He looks like the creepy psycho idol from Showgirls, who ends up being a monster.
He does.
Oh, he's eyeing that. Oh, this is the best part of the movie. Hold on. My favorite line in cinema history is coming up.
Again, dude,
Yeah,
just leave. Just walk out. Why do you keep staring at like, well, I gotta have
he
an
doesn't want to
exit?
ruin his daughter's fun time. Here we go.
What?
It looks really cool.
What? It's crispy, man.
Yeah, if he told her it was crispy, this might have worked. This goofy.
I love how, like, again, he's gonna get himself in trouble at this point. Like,
Yeah, like his plans are way more risky than
they're just
walk out
sitting
the
there
door.
having the
Yeah.
concert and walking out the door.
Just be like, "Oh, my tummy hurts. We got to go early," Like, oh, like stick around for like 5 songs and then be like, "You know
Just
what,
walk
kid? I got
out.
to I'm feeling, I
What are
got
they
a
gonna do?
fever. I'm
Stop you and be
foolish."
like, "Hey, are you the butcher?" I mean, you just say no.
Yeah, like, and also because at this point,
As far as we know,
they
they don't
don't.
have a description of him or anything.
Yeah, and also they don't know that he knows. So like, it would not be suspicious behavior to just be like, "I'm just leaving this concert early," because you got this girl. Just hold it down, all right. Good, good old Don.
You put it in the back, dude.
Also, yeah, this dude being pretty reckless with his new best friend. Just let
Wait,
him.
he's in the fire department. Is he really a fireman? That's so
Yes,
funny.
that's his day job, if I'm remembering right. Serial killer on the side, but fireman by day, which is why he's all big and buff and helpful. All
Oh, he's a
12
fan.
victims.
He's a fan.
Yeah, I don't know. He's listening to all the true crime podcasts on him and everything.
I do love a serial killer fan.
Yeah. No, that's why that's the reason there are still serial killers.
You gotta have something for the podcast.
It's a beautiful symbiotic relationship.
I love how this
No
dude
one
is
thinks
shoving
about
this
that.
phone in, shoving this phone into this guy's face.
Oh, I like his. Sorry, I didn't mean to upset you. Like, oh, all right. This is probably too much for this poor guy. What's your code?
This is so funny. This dude is so bad at this.
He's giving it all away. Hamilton.
Hamilton.
Uh-oh.
You don't point it at. Okay, he did point it with the handle. The handle
Yeah,
to
yeah.
him. It looked like
He
he was
handed it the
stabbing
right.
him from for a second.
He handed it the right way. Whoa, he just gave him a free T-shirt, which
A
is
free T-shirt.
wild because
A free T-shirt
concert
at a
T-shirts
box.
are like
Yeah, they're like
40,
50
50
bucks.
bucks. Yeah.
I hope they remain friends. I hope he
He doesn't
continues to
ruin his
talk to
nice
him.
new friendship
Yeah.
when the betrayal inevitably happens. Hey, look, it's the Watcher in the background, or the Witcher. That gray-haired guy looked like Henry Cavill. Yeah, the Witcher is the Henry Cavill show. The Watcher is M. Night Shyamalan's daughter directed that new horror movie.
Oh, is that who? Is the
Yeah,
have you heard anything good about it? I saw the that's the Amanda Seyfried one, right?
yeah. Oh no, the other lady, Dakota Fanning.
Oh yeah, Dakota Fanning.
Might have Amanda Seyfried actually. I don't remember, but it got kind of critically panned, so I didn't get around to it. But I would check it out to see how the M Night Jr. did. Who is a different nepotism daughter from this nepotism daughter. Oh, we're getting his profile. Getting to a confrontation. You gotta get him alone. See, this is when it gets fun, because now he's pretending to be an employee of the concert.
Again, man, you have just like really put yourself in front of these people when you could have just walked out.
Yep, he is actually making this way more. But I guess that. But look, the fact that he's a serial killer probably means that taking big risks is not something he does enjoy to an extent.
Yeah, probably. Damn, the deli meat indeed.
Ugh.
Wait, what? He just knew. Man, that guy got super. That is super lucky.
Yeah, that he just had. I mean, I guess it's not too big a leap to be like, there's probably sugar under the coffee, but he would have had to improvise, be like, oh, it should be here, but it's not, and then like just wander around, I guess.
Damn, his
But
resting face is
nope,
good. He's got very good.
he grabbed him that walkie-talkie. See, this stuff's cool. This is kind of like your Joker in the Dark Knight,
Oh
like kind
yeah,
of
no, I mean,
improv and
dude, this week
doing
would
this.
make a fantastic premise for a superhero movie, but like it's from the villain side, and the superheroes are trying to track him down.
Yeah, it would kind of it would be like a little bit like those certain episodes of the animated series Batman, where it's almost all the villain and then the hero. Like Batman just shows up like to beat him in the last 5 minutes, essentially.
Why are you? What?
I have a dark side. You don't want to see it. This like PTA mom like giving him shit. So I don't know if you missed it, but like I guess her daughters are kind of like mean
Yeah, yeah,
girls.
yeah. They have the
His kid,
usual
yeah, and
shit,
she's being
but
really pushy about like they should sit next to each other at this concert to patch things over, and he's like, rightly like I'm not doing that. Like just let the kids enjoy their
the
concert.
FBI's involved as well. Ooh,
Yeah, no, he's gotten on
he
the
has done
Jack
12.
Crawford and Clarice Starling list. He's one of the FBI's most wanted on account of the 12 victims. Was that a scalper?
That guy is. The subtext of that is I'm gonna fucking kill you if you don't
Oh,
let me
little yeah,
go.
no, that. Why don't you meet?
You are 10 seconds from being murdered.
Hey, why don't we meet for pizza at this location at 1 p.m.? I'll definitely bring my kids along too. I'm not just gonna murder this annoying lady. Oh, this is the FBI profiler lady who's in charge of this whole sting. So everything is her fault because this is the worst idea in history. I mean, I guess he's a little more at
Our
fault since
person
he's a
did panic though. He's very much panicking.
yes.
He's panicking, and also he has a way out. It's walking through the front door.
Yes, but again, he's a. I'm trying to remember. I think they might have some. Maybe
They
I'm just
must
rewriting
have
it to
like a
make.
visual, because they keep saying a potential suspect.
Yeah, it might be a tattoo. I could be making that up because I don't totally remember. But I think there is some kind of. Oh, well, they're about to tell us. Yes, okay, tattoo of a rabbit or animal on his right arm. Oh, he's got like, is that a little lamb
Was
in
that a
a
sheep?
diamond? Yeah, I guess because
What
he's the Lamb of
weird.
God. No, he's already figuring out ways to hide the tattoo.
Why did they have that really specific knowledge of him though? Like they don't know what he looks like, but they know he has a tattoo of a. That's such a small tattoo. That's
Yeah, it's kind of
interesting.
wild that they have that. They know that. Well, this is real sad.
Dude, just
But see,
stay and
I
enjoy
like.
the concert, man.
Hmm.
So funny, man. How serial killers will get in their own head.
Yeah,
I know
they just
that's a
let him.
movie trope, but I imagine that's based on at least some truth.
Yep, I agree, and also again, not a parent, but I also feel like this kind of works as a funny metaphor for being a parent, where yeah, like you aren't telling your kids everything per se, because because you are kind of in your own head, but you're also trying to make sure they have a good time without being
Right, right.
concerned about this or that. So I don't know. I like how you throw the serial killer thing into the mix, but it's still he's still not too different from a regular dad. Where it's like how much do I tell kids about a weird situation or whatever, or
That's such
how
a.
much do
So
I
that lady
let
just
them?
said if somebody pulls the fire alarm, which is what he was about to do, then they're only going to let women and children through. Could you imagine? There's 20,000 people at this
Yeah.
concert. Could you imagine being like, okay, we're only going to let your daughters and or your wives out? That that's such that's crazy to think that they would.
Again, this is a class action lawsuit, like
Yeah.
ready to happen. Because it's like, wait, there was a fire and you stopped me from escaping. Like you wouldn't let me just leave.
All because you might find a serial killer?
Yes, because you have the. I mean, I guess they really think so because it's the receipt, and they know he has a tattoo somehow. Maybe he had a surviving victim who was like, I saw a little lamb tattoo or whatever.
They were talking about a bunch of different suspects, though. There were like several different people it could have been, which is even.
More vague.
Oh god, this woman's about to get hit.
Yeah, oh shit, he threw the oil in there. That's this Josh Hartnett. He's kind of a son of a bitch.
Mm-hmm.
He's just blowing people up for his
Man,
own.
that woman. That woman's face is gonna be nasty.
Yeah, he turned into Two Face.
Turn Two Face to black and blue face. I 100% am not Bruce Wayne. I just was listening to the Batman song from Lego Batman yesterday.
Yeah,
The minute you said it, that's all I could think about.
yeah. Yeah, no, kiss me, Batman.
Oh, that's such a good song.
It's not as good as Gotham City Guys,
No,
but
not as good as Gotham City, guys.
it was very upsetting. I think she's gonna be scarred.
The code is Hamilton.
Oh,
Dude, if you have a card, you are the luckiest serial killer.
yeah, no, he's pulling off a lot of miracles here. The Tanaka Arena, man.
Dude, that is. I mean, at this
Tell my
point,
boss.
just with your luck, you should just try and walk out.
Yeah, like it's already been going pretty good.
Yeah.
I don't know. You can honestly like. I know the tattoo is a defining feature, but he could lick it off. I don't know. I'm not sure what you would
I mean,
do.
you go find a makeup brush. You just make up over it,
Yeah,
right?
it's a concert. I'm sure
Like
there's a.
there are literal millions of teenage girls well, not millions. There's 20,000 people at this concert. Probably 10,000 of them are teenage girls. One of them has a makeup kit. I promise
Yeah,
you.
grab someone's purse discreetly.
Yep.
See if it has like the little brush in it. Oh, there's the ghost
Here's my
lady
hot
or
take.
whatever.
It's his mom.
Hmm.
She's not actually there. It's his mom.
Whoa, maybe that was a strange moment. See, she's even offering to leave.
Yeah, just enjoy the concert and then walk out. You only
Yep.
go to the bathroom one more time, find a makeup brush, make up over your. I mean, it'll be hard to exactly match your skin tone, but I doubt with the bracelet. I mean, most people wouldn't really notice, anyways.
Yeah, they're not gonna look more than a couple times. Yeah, if it's the bracelet and then you take it off, they're like, okay, thank you. Move along because they gotta profile a lot of people.
Yeah, there's. I imagine there's not a lot of men at this thing, but I'm sure there are other dads.
Yeah, there has to. Well, I mean, look, I can already count at least like 3 dudes just in the periphery.
Yeah, but you got to think they're probably looking for men of his age. So, how many men?
That's
How many
true.
teenage men versus regular men?
Yes, the regular. I'm now a regular man.
You are right. We are both regular men.
Where does the time go?
Oh, where does the time go? Indeed.
We're just normal men, like that puppet dog says in that meme. We're just innocent men. Hacker T Dog, that's his name.
Now he's not even telling his daughter he's leaving. He's just dipping.
Hey, our
Oh, look,
boy.
there he is.
It is kind of sad that the daughter is repeatedly saying, "Can we just watch the concert together?" And he is not, not doing it.
I'm actually her uncle.
Yeah.
Oh, Shyamalan. Also, why is this uncle dude just like sitting there watching?
Yeah, he's running security, but he likes, he's proud of his niece, I guess. She just recovered from leukemia. See, again, he's getting himself in so much more trouble than. Oh, he's making her the. See,
So was
again, his
that
plan
to
is to.
further his plans, or was that just because he's that kind of dude who would be like, yeah, I'm gonna go. My daughter wants this, so I'm gonna go lie and connive my way
I mean,
to.
it's probably a little bit of like I feel like it's part of the same profile of why you'd be a serial killer
Yeah,
in the first place. Is this weird ego and kind of liking getting a one over on people?
my dad's kind of the same way because he's kind of a pushy. He's a pushy guy. So like, if
Yeah,
anybody like if I wanted to go do something, he would kind of push people to let me do it. Like
yep.
it was always really awkward for me because I had social anxiety, but very much
Uh,
my own dad would do the same thing.
yeah, which again comes from a nice place, but yeah, it can be very like,
Yep.
don't do this. Yeah, don't make me the the star of this show. It's a little bit like I just watched the second Futurama episode of the new season, the Squid Game one, where it's Fry's parents were like,
Yeah. Oh, how did you like it?
So I didn't mind that one. It was actually kind of disturbing how every character got murdered, and then the ending was like a bummer, and not in the usual Futurama way, where it's like more heartwarming. It was kind of a downer, emotional ending.
Yeah, I don't know if it's one of. I don't think it'll end up on a top favorite Futurama list
No,
episode, but of the new stuff, It's probably one of the better ones. I never always forget how Fry's parents just kind of like are awesome characters. Like
Yeah, they're both great.
they're funny. They really both seem to like their kids, and like I
Yeah,
enjoyed the
and they're
episode of them basically gaming it so their son won every game.
yes, and not knowing that like actually ruined his friendships. No, I actually totally of the two I've seen so far of the new season. Yeah, I liked
What do
that
you
one
think
the
of the
most.
first one where Bender does NFT stuff?
I didn't mind that one. I liked the some of the jokes and the crazy heist, and Bender in Mexico was had some moments.
Yeah, I think it's a solid one.
But,
It wasn't a I didn't particularly love it, but I
and
did find
and
it
the whole
very
idea of
funny.
like robots made of rock is a very classic Futurama.
Yep.
Like goofy sci-fi idea. I thought, but yeah, no, they're she won. He
She
because
won
he lied
totally on
about her
her own
having
merits,
leukemia.
and not because they think she has leukemia.
You know, she's gonna tell the she's gonna ask you to come out. Also, I haven't looked at a lot of like pop stars for the youngins like for good reason because I'm a 30-year-old man. But I'm curious if like the average teen idol concert has all this weird like interpretive modern dance with like crazy costumes. I guess that Taylor Swift Eras thing, she was wearing a lot of crazy costumes, right?
Dude, I am removed from all of that in a way that I wouldn't even be able to tell you.
I don't even know if Taylor Swift is like what the young kids are into, or if that's just like people our age
My
with the
best,
nostalgia.
the best
Like,
stuff, the best example of teen pop that I know of is technically Hannah Montana. So I'm not
oh, and
far
yeah,
removed from that world.
that's coming up on yeah, like over 20 years.
Yep.
Miley Cyrus though, she does make a very weird, memorable cameo in Drive Away Dolls.
Does
Uh,
she?
yeah, so
Did
if
you
that appeals
see?
to you,
So Acts of Kindness is on Hulu. Have you seen it yet?
oh yeah, that is I saw that. I kind of wanted to rewatch it.
Yeah, I'm excited to watch it. Not because I happen to know it gets raunchy with Emma
It is
Stone.
real.
I
It is
am.
a real. It is a real fucked up movie. It is like it's basically like 3 episodes of a show that was like, what if the Twilight Zone was like really upsetting and really gross? But it got has good parts for sure.
Oh, look at Riley and the girl. That we're all mad
Yeah,
about it. Yeah, I mean that her
yeah,
street cred is gonna go up. I mean, she probably would have been okay with the leukemia thing.
yeah. If her dad is like, hey, I kind of told them that you had leukemia, so
I mean, that
you
girl's
would
gonna
get to get
be one of the most popular girls in school tomorrow. So I mean,
yeah. So it's like hey, your dad's a serial killer, but you got to dance with a teen
Lady
idol, and
Raven on
everyone's gonna
stage.
think you're pretty cool. So. It's kind of worth it's worth the
Look at the two
trouble.
of them screaming.
Just fighting at each other,
As a parent, I enjoy that greatly.
just yelling in each other's face at the top of their lungs. Man, Josh Hartnett just looks cool. He's
Oh
got
yeah.
a he's a very charismatic man, even when he's pure evil here, like he is here.
We don't know if he's pure evil.
Yeah,
There's technically
he's
not been
really not.
anything to indicate he's the butcher yet. He could just have a man in a basement because he's shaking them down, or
Yeah.
they could be. It could be a kinky
There
sex
would be a
thing.
twist if maybe that video was just
Murder.
previously released footage by the media of the butcher, and he's just worried that he'll be thought, that they'll think he's the butcher.
Yeah,
He didn't actually.
or it's a sex thing, and he just doesn't want to be caught for being a pervert.
Yeah, that's right. He's got his lover, in a consensual dungeon situation,
Exactly.
and he's like, I don't want the PTA
And then
moms to judge me.
when it comes out, the
Yeah,
the daughter's just like, yeah, that's just Phil. That's boyfriend.
yeah.
They do
The
this.
only thing that doesn't work is he did maim that woman with that explosion, so clearly he is willing to hurt and kill people. But hey, if you're pushed to
Yeah, I
the
mean,
edge,
he can be pushed to the limits. He's a fireman.
yeah,
He's a
didn't
big
didn't
public
want
person.
didn't want his sex dungeon to come out. Have I talked about Absolute Power on this show? I feel like I have because it's a movie I always think about.
No, what's Absolute Power?
It's a Clint Eastwood thriller where he's a cat burglar and he like breaks into a rich mansion that turns out to be the mansion of the president, played by Gene Hackman, and he sees through like a one-way mirror that the president has a secret sex dungeon in his mansion, and he sees the president like kill a lady in it, and then he becomes like a fugitive from the law and has to like clear his name and help everyone realize the president's
Ooh,
a weird murderer.
that does sound like a good movie. That does sound like a good movie.
Yeah, I remember watching it like probably too young to have watched it, and uh, for some reason it has stuck with me through the years. I also like this lady playing the this helpful stagehand.
It's kind of funny how much this has been like a just kind of a regular movie so far. Like, you know what I mean? There's not we haven't got into that M Night Shyamalan craziness yet.
No, not quite yet. I mean, it's mostly just been like kind of the Walter White, like, oh, how's he gonna get out of this jam, you know? But yeah, so far nothing. There's not been like, when's the other shoe gonna drop? You know?
Yep, and this is their last song, so
Yeah, he's
it'd be
making
funny if
it.
he held her at gunpoint. It was like, you gotta keep going. I don't know how to do this. I don't know how to get out yet. You gotta do 3 more songs.
He's pulling it off though so far. Oh, this guy. The Thinker.
Hey, this is
this
you. This could be set in Gotham City.
very much so. All of
The
these pop
Thinker,
stars have like
the
Lady
Raven
Raven, the
Queen.
Thinker.
Yep,
They all got Batman villain names.
I'm telling you, this wouldn't be a bad premise for a superhero movie. Super
Yeah,
criminal takes his daughter to super villain takes his daughter to a concert.
he's avoiding Batman the whole
Yeah,
time.
he's running. Batman's stalking him. And I mean,
Yeah.
there's enough shadows.
No, for sure. This looks like it would be a Gotham City
Yeah,
event.
I just
Clothes
can
flying around.
imagine Josh Hartnett like crouched over with a microphone with a radio listening to it, and then just Batman appears behind him
Yep.
in the shadows of the hallway or whatever. Yeah.
You actually kind of be like that X-Files episode Hungry, where it's all from the perspective of the monster of the week,
Yep.
and like how scary and sad it would must be to be hunted by Mulder. Oh, he got an out. Did you hear?
Yeah, but they're probably at all exits, my friend. Like you're.
Maybe.
I don't think you've solved your dilemma, even though you didn't have a dilemma to begin with.
No.
If anything, they might look at you more because you're not one of 10,000 people trying to leave.
Right. Yeah. Again, because it's easier to check one dude, you know. Yeah, like again, I do feel like just being in the crowd would be a safer bet if you just wanted to escape. Like, just keep your head down and leave with everybody else. Aww, he's a good dad.
Yep. Well, we know the most evil of men always make the best dads. The mayor from
Yeah, Mayor
Buffy.
from
Yeah.
Buffy's a great. Well, I don't know if I'd call him a great dad, but a pretty good dad.
He's a good dad. He only had a
Yeah.
little bit, but he did a lot with his time.
Yeah. Really, my only issue is the tape he leaves to Faith, where he says like, "You're going to be worthless without me and have no purpose in this
Yeah.
world." Where I'm like, that's
Ego.
not. Yeah, a little like I don't want my kid to be doing anything after me, but I like this jerk. He's a funny diva type character. Oh, he also
Oh yeah.
got a little flirty with Josh Hart.
Yeah, man. There you go. That's your out right there.
Yeah, he should have just seduced that dude and been like, "Hey, let me hide under your trench coat. It could be like, he'll be on my shoulders, and we'll have a big trench coat. I'll get away.
Yeah, just become that guy's sugar daddy, and I'm sure he'll stick a stink if.
Oh yeah, the butcher would be willing to do anything,
Oh yeah, and again that could tie into the sex dungeon.
Like Daniel Craig James Bond in Skyfall when Javier Bardem's coming on to him and being like, "Oh, this must be your first time with a
Yeah, dude,
man."
I
He's
don't know
all
why you look so surprised by this. What did you think it was?
like, "Yep." Like it's this crazy. It was such a bad idea because you're you are manipulating the situation so you'll have more eyes on you.
Yeah.
Essentially, it's just was a very bad plan on his part.
3 drink bottles.
Whoa. You want one? We could be matching, Dad. Aw. Yeah,
There's
and
no
look, Lady
sign of him
Raven
at
is
all because you don't know who he is. There's
20
20,000 people here.
and
Three
3,000 men.
thousand
So
men.
yeah, he could have easily, gone under the radar, I feel. But
We're questioning everyone as they leave. Sure, you're going to question 3,000 dads who want to get the hell out of there and try and beat
yes.
traffic
And in like
because
the 10 seconds you're talking with them and they're annoyed and want to leave, you're really going to
yeah,
profile them to be like, I can guarantee this guy's cleared
I
as a
have know what it's
suspect.
like to try and leave Disney World after a fireworks show. You are not getting a lot out of those adults.
I feel like it would just be easier to like set up the security cameras so you can facially profile everyone there and then
Maybe.
just read up on them afterwards, like see which ones have criminal records or whatever.
Oh, dude, this my social anxiety would hate this. Hates this. Having to continue to tell this girl that this kid has leukemia just to
Yep,
try
yep.
and get out of it. Ugh.
And she's famous and everything on top of that. So like this is like me using Tom Cruise as part of my scheme or something. It's so uncomfortable.
Oh my, no, no, no!
Yeah, this is
Stop! Like,
this is the
my whole
flip.
body is just like, ugh. Wait, what?
Yeah.
Wait, is that? Are you just? You
He's
could have
he's
just walked out.
he's just revealing his cards, putting them on the table.
I I do not. He must have only not have been caught because of how lucky his luck.
Yeah, it's only because God actually approves of his murder.
Like now she knows your face.
I guess he's like, I just want to get out, but I don't care if I'm nuking my whole life in the process. Like, well,
This is bonkers,
this is a
insane.
little. This is this
In
is
the
a.
in a bad way. I mean, not in a bad way, but in a
But
horrible way for him.
yeah, it's straight. It also yes, like again, better option would have just been to.
Like you know.
It's actually kind of funny because I feel like if he didn't figure out that this was a sting for him, he probably would have gotten away
Yeah, he probably would have
because he
gotten
would have
away and just left.
he would have just enjoyed this concert with his daughter and not
Yeah.
browsed and not done anything suspicious. And
Again, I can't. Like, yes, this does look a little bit more put together than one would have imagined, but like at
mhm.
the same time, you are dealing with 3,000 dads who want to go home, and you just had to listen
Yep.
to a teenage concert for probably an hour. So how
Yeah,
are you
yeah. So
getting
they
them into
are.
that black tent to ask them questions?
No, they are getting impatient. They are like, "Come on, man! I got a 90-minute commute home from this stupid
Yeah,
thing."
I
You know,
gotta beat
like,
the traffic. It's gonna be a mess getting out of this parking
yeah.
lot.
Look, you can even see like the dads in line are so pissed off, and they're like, "The fuck's this?"
I can't believe he just nuked this whole like that daughter was taped doing this. All they have to do is figure out who these people are, and
Yep.
it's gonna be easy as pie to do it.
Yeah. No, no. Again, he decided to just draw an insane amount of attention to himself. I think he just likes the game, man. He's a serial killer. I mean, a
Sure.
movie serial killer. So
I also think he could have just charmed her into doing this. Like, I don't know if he really needed to
yeah,
put a
like
man's life on the
lay all his
line.
cards
The
out.
daughter,
Yeah.
the Lady Rave even had said, "I feel so connected to her." I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure.
yeah. They were already like hitting it off, just normal. I think not to spoil anything, but I think he does reveal that he had kind of started getting fixated on Lady Raven as his next like victim.
Oh,
So
so he's playing the game.
that's a factor too. I could be wrong. I
I
think
don't
he
know
says
how
some line
he's. I don't
saying,
know how that's gonna work with his daughter, like literally right there.
"Yeah, yeah." But I guess he's already trying to angle for like murdering this lady.
Wait, why are you visiting the home? What?
No, I think she's he's not into that.
Why are you doing it though? I mean,
No, there he is. He's showing the little phone. I do like. A lot of people kind of check out after this part, but I actually kind of like that it becomes this weird cat and mouse between her and him, which
yeah. I
he didn't
mean, I
he
think
didn't really.
it's strange as heck, but
Yeah, but it's I think it's kind of a cool way of like flipping the like this movie has now changed
I didn't even think
changed
about it.
course.
Is he married or is he? I figured it was the single dad angle, but it
We're
was kind of
about we're
silly of
about
me to just automatically assume that it's a single dad angle.
we're about to find out. But yeah, well, I guess we did just find out because she called the mom
Yeah,
excitedly.
well, but the mom,
Yeah,
she could
that's true.
just
It
be
could just be
dropping it off.
like, yeah, yeah. No, no, no.
Oh, there's a boy. Wait, is that
Yeah,
Kristen
he's
Wiig?
got it. That's Allison Pilt, Kim Pines from Scott Pilgrim,
Oh, it is Kim Pines.
as
I
as Miss
remember
as
that
Mrs.
resting.
Josh Hartnett.
I remember that resting.
Yeah, yeah. Her very pissed off face, but here she's having a good time. I mean, why wouldn't you? She's married to Josh Hartnett.
I gotta admit, we talked about twist and all of that stuff, but like, I was not expecting the movie to go this route.
No, and then now it's this like pop lady who's like in a hostage situation. She's
Yeah.
like, time to go home with the serial killer guy, meet his family.
What a surreal situation to be in.
Yeah, I
And they
know.
have to
Like
try and
she's
figure out, do these people know? Does this mom know? Does the wife know? Like, is this all an
yeah.
act?
I think that's her angle. Is she's like, maybe if I stick around, I can actually potentially save the dude who's in the basement. Yeah. He's being real creepy.
I do like how he is, like, it has, the facade has dropped, like,
Yeah, he has like
completely.
stopped
Like,
being. And it's kind of funny because like now he's given a similar smile that he's been doing the whole time, but you're like, oh, I know that he's now like there's a lot of menace behind it. He's not a. This might all, yeah, like you say, might all just be a mask that he's. Mm. Oh, she's trying to figure some info out.
even Josh Hartnett's hair has changed. I'm really digging this new side of him. Like,
Yeah, yeah,
he's totally changed since the concert to now.
yep.
It's like somebody was
He's
just like, okay, now time to make this dude look like a monster.
yeah. Now he looks actually like a crazy man, like a scary dude. Uh-oh.
Fake houses. He has whole fake houses.
I guess that's where he keeps people in his carbon monoxide traps or whatever.
So
I mean, I will say, yeah, like he's at least. Well, not anymore. Because at first it's like, well, I mean, you would probably be weirded out if this lady just started talking about serial killers. But now he's acting. I think he's reacting a little too extreme.
I could play a quick song. That song is gonna be "Your Dad Is the Butcher." I just came up with it. It's an on the spot one. Yeah, that lady he must be seeing must be his mama.
Probably we're gonna see because I think that's also James McAvoy. Right? Didn't James McAvoy have a horrible mother as well
Either
in
that or he
Split?
was a mother at one point because one of his personalities was a doddering
Yeah,
old
yeah, it's the
lady.
British
Yeah.
matronly like lady. Yeah,
Oh, the daughter does piano. That's cool.
no, yeah, that's why they had a connection.
This is
Maybe
such a interesting path to take
development for this
this
movie.
movie.
Yep. And now she's having like tea and cakes with this creep, trying to like figure out what the situation is how much his family knows or what. Ooh, the Faustian trades, the Faustian trades.
This living room looks like it belongs to a lady in her 50s. I can't get
Yes,
over. I
it does
can't get
seem like a
over how grandpa this room is.
Yeah, it's a total grandpa setup. Ooh, there's a ghost in my house. Yeah, everybody's having a good time,
Sure.
except Josh Hartnett. He seems pretty pissed off. Yeah, he can't even pretend anymore that well.
I guess he's being moved by this song.
A little bit.
Yeah, sure.
Maybe he's mourning that this isn't a, this couldn't be the, oh.
Ah,
Oh.
I mean, to be fair, like that. I mean,
Yeah, I guess he could play it off as
yeah,
like,
like
hey, it's
why
kind
wouldn't
of,
you be that freaked out about it? She basically grabbed your phone and ran into the bathroom. I'd be like, I mean, I know this woman's a pop star, but we don't really know her.
yeah. No, I agreed. I don't think I would be, banging this hard, but I can understand being upset a little bit if you're. Though I guess even then you would probably be like, you already your family is at least like, oh, there's probably weird stuff on that phone,
Yeah,
given how mad you're getting.
yeah, and how much?
Yeah, so I feel like the game's, it's too late for him at this point.
Well, you would think that that app would have like some kind of security to it. She just clicked on it and it worked.
Yeah, I guess because he had it open because he was, ready to push the button if she disobeyed him or
Oh,
whatever.
you don't. So he wasn't. He wasn't actually recording. He was.
I feel like, yeah, he might have just had that ready to go, being like, "What are you doing, lady?" Like, oh, she just
Wait, did you
now this is
just
the part.
ascend? How did you? Wait, how did you log into your own Instagram so fast? You got two-factor authentication and stuff. Look, I'm not trying to poke holes here, but this is not how that works.
No, I mean, look, M. Night Shyamalan. I think he has the same thing a lot of older filmmakers have, where when it's time to depict cell phones, there's some cheating going on a little bit because he doesn't understand it as innately as us youngins do.
Uh, using using the uh, using the old social media to figure.
Kind of a bummer. He's basically destroying his family out there, by
Mm-hmm.
acting like a psycho. You can hear him all screaming and being sad that he's freaking out on him. Oh, one of the guys knew the stupid lion. Also, for another interesting thing, as an older director, it's about how social media is good and saves the day. So
Yeah.
that's kind of unique because all her Instagram followers or whatever end up helping out. Oh,
Damn. Did he just murder his family? If so, I'm gonna scream.
who knows? I'm not hearing a lot of sounds anymore.
I don't love the whole let's use social media to find the people
Yeah,
thing.
to find where the prisoner is,
Yeah,
or
but I was super into it before that, so I'm willing to give it the benefit of the doubt.
yeah, you'll overlook that one plot point that it's her uh TikTok followers that saved the day or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, jeez. I'm not seeing a family. Oh, him rolling his sleeves up. Jesus.
You could be at home having a roast beef or something, man. If you had just walked out of this concert
Yep,
normally,
yep.
oh,
If you
none of
had
this
just.
would have happened.
Nope. I mean, even with the tattoo, man, I'm sure you could have even. I feel like that's not binding evidence. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, they would have been like, well, you have the tattoo, and he would have been like, okay, can you place me at any of these crime scenes?
Yeah. Like I
Yeah,
feel like
like,
it would have just been like, oh, I was accused of being the butcher once. Like that would have been the worst case
yeah,
scenario. But
like
now he's
you get a good lawyer.
now he has to essentially, like even if this all works out now and he kills her or whatever, he's gonna have to
Kill
leave
his
his family for
family,
yeah, like
go on the
it all
run.
yep, all it's all screwed up. Uh oh. Oh, he's got his escape
Go
bag.
bag.
Yep, like Ron Swanson when Tammy One comes to town and he like pulls it out of the AC duct and flees. Leslie, I've accrued over 900 vacation days.
Yep.
I am using them
All
all
of
starting.
them. Yep, this dude looks like a dude who doesn't take a vacation. So I agree with you. I think he just.
He's just ready to go. Oh, she's doing the red dragon thing.
Is she? Wait, she just.
She's like acting like his mean mom.
I don't think that actually works.
I doubt it. I feel like he would just be
I would
like,
just.
okay, I don't care.
What?
Just pretending to be his mom, which is weird. which
I
is
know. Mom.
mm, he's a little desperate. Oh no, I guess he just kicked him out of the house. He didn't. Oh, okay. Uh oh. All right, we're just gonna go.
Slowly.
I'm the dad of this family now. The new I'm new Josh Hartnett. Aw.
Oh, yeah, that is so fucking. That is the most terrifying thing.
Just like getting some last minute family business out of the way.
Man, this is simultaneously the worst and the best day this teenage daughter is ever gonna have.
I know, because she got to befriend her idol, but her dad turned out to be a serial killer. So you take the good with the bad, man.
I guess I could have stood to have a little bit more of this lady, this profile FBI lady, have them
Yeah,
actually
she's
interact a time or two, but that's a
yeah.
quibble, I guess, at best.
No, I kind of agree. She's not super developed, but I guess it's
No,
like because we're kind of keeping it all from his perspective for like the first half.
that's him. That's him.
It's the guy.
That's Harkness.
Yeah, because there's still like over 20 minutes left to this movie, so it ain't over yet.
Though weird,
Oh,
because he kind of made it sound like he was just gonna leave him. Like he's finishing up business. I would have thought he was just gonna, you know,
yeah, I feel like well, yeah, like
make
off
his
himself
escape and
or
run.
yeah, but nah, that's not what this movie's doing. You're gonna find out.
I wonder where he got the.
Oh, there he is. He pulled a Heath Ledger Joker.
Yep, he did.
Pretended to be a cop officer of the law.
I wonder where he got the costume from.
Maybe he killed a dude.
Did I kind of feel like he's the kind of dude who would have just purchased one.
Oh yeah, maybe off the internet, some
Well,
SWAT gear
he's
Halloween
a
costume.
firefighter, so he could have just like nicked one.
Oh, that's true too. Yeah, he might have and he has kleptomaniac tendencies, so he might have just swiped it because he felt like it. Yeah, man, he didn't run. He came back to grab that lady. He got the urge, as he said. No, I guess Spencer thought he was whole.
Yes.
Spencer just seemed like a dude. I don't think Spencer needed to be brought down a peg by this
No.
guy. You gotta child block
You've
those
continued to
those
like.
windows.
I am convinced you only managed to get away with it for so long because you have the luck of gods.
Yeah, so you think he's just been this incompetent the whole time?
Yeah.
He's just always been lucky.
Oh, dude, you've lost your person.
Yeah,
Just
he
run,
seemed to
man,
kind of
run.
he kind of seemed to give up for a minute there. He was
Yeah.
like, you know what? Maybe this is the end. It's also very funny because yeah, he could have just run off, but he
Yeah.
had to come back for her. So like, I do feel like he just likes the game, man.
Yeah, he
He's
likes the game.
because for minute one he had better options to escape these traps, but he doesn't wanna. Also, they are just shooting out tires and like with civilians like 2 feet away. Not a lot of safety for the public.
Nope, not a lot of safety. I mean, I guess he's simultaneously both really good and really bad at the same time. I guess when you get
Yeah,
him on
like
instinct, he's really good, but when you get him how on thinking, he's bad.
he's not a long term thinker, but
No.
I guess when he's uh in a tight spot, in a trap, if you will, he's good at doing the kind of rat cunning of like getting out of a situation.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, the broken lion. He's gonna Go for Spencer.
I'm pretty sure Spencer's dead. Well, Spencer's. Oh no, Spencer's alive. Wait, why are you at the Broken Lion statue?
Because she wanted to say hi to Spencer. I don't know who she's hugging here.
Who is this person? Oh, it must have been the person who got on
Oh,
social
the one
media.
that was the fan who figured out where Spencer
Yeah.
was. Oh, good. I was going to say like no hug for Spencer.
A man deserves
That
a
would have been
hug.
a Rey Chewbacca Princess Leia situation where she didn't hug Chewbacca in Force Awakens.
I love how much this guy imploded his
No, me
own
too.
life.
Yeah, because at first you're like, oh, cool, he's a master of escape. But then you're
No.
like, oh no, he's just making terrible choices left and right. Aw. Married to Josh Hartnett.
Do we need to talk about you and Josh Hartnett, David?
Maybe a little bit.
Okay.
I think I like this movie just because I can imagine my hubby Josh Hartnett if I were in her shoes.
What offer? Oh, witness protection?
Yeah. But she's like, yeah,
I hope the final twist is she knows. Or was an
yeah.
accomplice.
Well, we'll see.
I'm
There
hoping.
are
That's what my hope is. If it is, that's an A plus right from me. Because
there's still 20 minutes. There are still 20 minutes to go, Tanner. So who's to say? Oh, Spencer Gordon was just like, "Hey, come into this van, little
yeah, look
boy."
how we're
Who's like,
not seeing it. Yep, I'm telling you. Or they
you're a
pull an
third.
angel and it's it's the kid.
Oh yeah, Spencer was the killer. Oh no, you mean Logan, the
Logan,
little
yeah.
son. Littlest son was the killer the whole time. Yeah, man, good twist where it's the possessed kid, but it's like, oh
Oh,
no, I'm scared of this
probably
kid
one
I
of my
possessed.
favorite. It's gonna break an angel. It's gonna be on the top
That'll
5 angel episodes.
that'll
Is
be up
that
there for
just
you.
because of that demon being like, I looked into this kid's soul and all I saw was a void. It scared the
Yep.
shit out of me.
Oh yeah, I keep forgetting his name's Cooper, which is there's another character named Cooper who's a good man. Well, it
Wait,
was an
what?
earlier trap.
What?
I mean, you're kind of having an affair when you're a serial killer. Like, Spencer is essentially his side piece.
So
She got wise to it.
and then what? Just told, but the cops still didn't know who he was.
Uh-uh. Ooh, and now we're getting some Magic Mike.
Yeah, buddy.
No, I think something more disturbing is probably about to. I don't think he's about to dance to the Backstreet Boys. Uh-oh. She saw him lie once, and he was real good at it for no reason. No, he's got a safe house just for thinking.
But you do also do the doing. So
Yes.
it's not.
So
It doesn't matter if you do the
really,
doing.
it doesn't satisfy you as much as the doing because you're.
Oh, so she
She
entrapped
set
him.
she set him up. Yeah,
But you could have told them more. You also could have given them a description.
yeah. Yep.
What do you mean you?
Oh, okay. I guess she's like, well, I'll set up a sting for my husband, and if he's innocent, we'll kind of figure it out. That's kind of wacky.
That is so funny. Ooh, pie.
Mhm.
Damn you, movie. Showing me pie.
Yeah, now I'm getting the urge for some pie.
Urge to pie.
When it comes, I can't control it. My urge to eat pie. So wait, it was supposed to be a celebration because it's the girl's birthday, right?
I don't know. I
No.
don't think it. I mean, nobody said it's her birthday as far as I can remember. And if it was said, it was only said once, which makes it really weird because there are no birthday celebration stuff out. But they are
Yeah, because
talking about
usually it
this
was supposed to
pie
be
as
a
if
celebration, but like it's
celebration
one
of
piece.
maybe her making the pie.
Yeah,
Like
I
she did
guess it's
really good
one
at
piece.
home ec.
Or was it the celebration of Lady Raven showing up at their house? Like, which is also kind of sad too, being like, let's celebrate that a famous person came into our house once. Um, yeah, you gotta have a little more self-respect. I shouldn't be like, oh, the day Tom Cruise walked into my house, I'll remember as a sacred day for the rest of my days. Uh oh. Mm, I see you. I hear you.
Dude, Josh Hartnett is so good in this.
Oh no, he rules.
I know.
Him explaining that he's like way more pissed at her for ratting him out than any of his, murder victims.
Those eyes are. That dude is wild. Like that face. That face right there was the face of a crazy man.
Yep, he's playing a pretty damn good crazy man. They're showing the Virgin Suicides around here in a couple of weeks, where that was like his breakout because he's like the heartthrob in that movie.
Right, right.
Kind of want to go just to keep my Josh Hartnett renaissance up. Also, look at his freaking shoulders, man. Sorry, I'm just lusting for Josh Hartnett.
See, I know. We gotta find you a Josh Hartnett.
Gotta end up with
Do
Josh
you
Hartnett.
remember there was a brief show on like MTV or something where they would it was a dating show where the concept was that the datee would get to
Oh
date their celebrity crush, but it wasn't their celebrity crush; it was a lookalike.
no, that's so fucked up.
Yeah. So
You,
somebody
you
would
got,
So the datey would be like, oh, I really love Taylor Swift, for instance. And then
Yeah.
they'd find a Taylor Swift lookalike and they'd go on a date.
That's like
That's the most fucked up thing you've
that's like
ever heard.
that's the joke in Game Night where she thinks she dated Denzel Washington or whatever. And the payoff is him being like, no, that's not Denzel Washington. I mean, he kind of looks like him, but it's not him. Also, she poisoned him. This is
She poisoned him
we're
with the
learning
pie?
here. Yeah, he looked down.
When did she dose the pie? I didn't see her.
I guess she did, like, even before she was talking to the profiler lady.
Oh,
like,
so this was like a long term. He might come back.
Yeah,
So I need
she
to
even
get
had
this
like a
pie
hint, like,
ready. But what if
that he'd
what
come
if
back
one of the
for her.
kids ate the pie? That's a
Well, I guess that's why, like, because they're like, "Are you sure you don't want to be with your kids tonight?" And she was like, "Nope, I want to be alone." I guess that's she got him out of the way in advance of this plan to. Well, and now he's seeing the mom again.
Cooper's mom has got it going on.
Yes, she looks like an old lady from Hereditary. Cooper, can't you see? You're
It's
just
just
not
not
the
one for me.
guy for me. It's a good song. And remember, Jesse's girl is actually Stacy's mom.
Yep.
He's real scary. He would have been a good wolf man.
Yeah.
Uh,
He needs to be in more villainous things. He's a pretty good villain.
yeah, this bad guy turn from him is pretty cool. He should fight The Rock in a terrible Netflix movie.
It's
Where
funny you
he's
say
like a,
that. Yesterday when I needed to go to sleep, I put on Red Notice.
oh, of course, you watch him and Ryan Reynolds and Gal Gadot embarrass themselves. Get him, get him.
Oh
Whoa,
shoot, he is going. Oh,
yeah, man, he's like
he is
hulking out.
drugged and has been tased 3 times. Is he also a superhero? Is this a secret split? If this is a secret
This is
split.
totally a split thing because yeah, like James McAvoy is also shirtless and has all the veins and stuff and is jumping around in that movie. And Anya Taylor-Joy needs to beat him. Profiler lady.
I was thinking he was gonna kill himself. The way he was talking. Like if she hadn't
No,
drugged him.
that's how you'd expect because yeah, like when he closes the garage door, you're kind of like, oh, that's the end of the movie. He's gonna like kill himself right there. But it's got more in the M Night Shyamalan fashion. It's got more twists and turns for you to experience.
Oh, they gave him his shirt back.
That's nice. Okay, so we won't be cold in the Philadelphia weather. I think this is Philadelphia because all of M. Night's movies are set in Philadelphia. And even The Last Airbender, he mostly shot in Philadelphia.
They're not
which
gonna
is
give
kinda...
you a second, man. You're a serial killer.
Oh, we had to put up the bike. They're like, we can give this man that.
No, you would not. You would not. That man would be rifle butted into that car.
No, and then they would have pumped him full of tranquilizer
Yep.
darts. I don't even think they would be taking him out conscious.
They just strap him to a bench and wheel him out. Don't tell me you brought the kids back this early. Why?
Yeah,
why would you bring the kids back this early?
Just because they want to say hi to...
No!
Let her go!
Let her go? What? They're being very nice to a man who has cut up 12 people.
Yeah, and who's like totally fine with like taking hostages and stuff.
Yeah.
What if he's just like, all right, let me go, or I break the kid, or or whatever. Maybe I'm thinking too much like a serial killer.
Like I said, that girl has simultaneously had the best and worst life of her entire
Existence.
existence. And
Well,
both
that's
are
the
going to
worst
take a
day.
very heavy amount of therapy to figure out.
Oh yeah,
I do love
but
how
she'll
that was
stay.
an amazing prison transport.
Yes.
It was just 2 steps and a bench.
But yeah, no. This is like, I mean, I guess she has Lady Raven as a new friend to hang out with. Though I bet she just ghosts her. Lady Raven is
I
like,
can't
you know what?
imagine
No,
Lady
no.
Raven's going to be visiting that house again. No.
Yeah, like just no. Too many bad
Kind
memories.
of
We're
funny that
not
she
friends.
just left the movie. Like, there's a weird half this movie is. Oh, let me guess. You pickpocketed a hairpin or something to
No, he's
lockpick your
gonna
way out.
another trap for him to get out of.
Yep.
But yeah, so to what you're saying, it's kind of wild. Like he's the main character of the first act, and then Lady Raven's the main character of the middle chunk, and then it switches over to his wife for
Yep.
the end.
It'd be amazing if he set this house to explode or something.
I saw somebody joking on the social media that Lady Raven should get like a Knives Out franchise where she's just like spoiling killers in every movie.
What, you stole a spoke? Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
man.
there you go.
Now he can continue his antics. Wah!
Look at that smile. That is a
Hey, man.
Joker smile if I ever saw one.
This is him auditioning to be the James
Joke.
Gunn Joker, basically.
Oh, what a movie.
Woo! Trap. So Tanner, first timer, what'd you think?
I loved my only quibble with it is the social media thing.
Oh, oh,
Oh,
wait.
oh, oh, oh.
Here.
Maybe he'll go visit him.
His next victim.
Look at his face. You would have been. I would have been amused if it then cut to Josh Hartnett in his living room, being like, "Okay, buddy, we gotta get out of
Yeah.
here."
Or after he gets up, maybe Josh Hart like comes up from behind the couch
Yeah,
and like
yep. It just is like
grabs him.
just smiles at him. Oh, what a
What
picture! I
what
can
a
I the only like I said my only quibble is on the social media element of using that to find the house. But I get
yes.
you had to kind of make that shortcut because obviously time is a constraint and they couldn't have her go looking for the house because she was already in it. Though I guess I would have
Yeah.
preferred if to the extent of getting the main woman or the police woman involved. They could have been she could have secretly texted her and we could have gotten a little bit of the police woman finding it
Yeah.
or
Yeah, that could have given the profiler lady more to do if they like cut to her finding the guy or something.
yeah.
Or maybe she could have just like since she already had his phone, maybe he just had the Google address, or whatever
Yeah, or that. I
plugged
don't
in.
I do I guess wish the woman the profile woman had a little bit more to do, but like you said, it's uh she doesn't need. I mean, it's not her movie. It's Josh Hartnett's movie, so
For sure, but yeah, I'm kind of with you because like she kind of reminds me of the psychiatrist lady in Split who's trying to help James McAvoy out, but he turns out to be a creep. So it could have been a little more like that, like giving her a little bit more meat. But yeah, other than that, totally enjoyable movie. Totally. I mean, if you are looking at it from the nitpicky, plot holes, you got a million of them. But just for the fun of his rampage and him
No,
trying to get
it
out of
is that
these
is
situations,
that is fun. I
good time.
I I like the way it went. I'm really a fan of the way the way they got the singer lady involved. I did dig that part.
Yeah,
Um,
it's kind of cool because like she, since it's all from Josh Hartnett's perspective, it's not until she's the main character that you realize like, oh wow, like she's actually been here the whole time,
hmm
time, and
Yep, she's been
now
here the
we're
whole
we're
time.
following her.
No, I that was super. That was super good. I agree with you. I think it's one of the better of the newer Harnets. I or yeah, newer Shyamalans.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, it's probably my favorite of this like streak he's been on, which has been an all right streak. Now he's kind of back doing his thing. And even his cameo wasn't that annoying because he didn't, he wasn't showboating or anything.
yeah. No, I super enjoyed it. I really like the I really like the ending with the mom or with the
Yeah, yeah,
wife.
that whole third act of her being
Yep,
having been in on it.
having her been in on it. How she did just enough to get them there, but didn't do enough to actually like really help them. I thought that was funny. How she was just kind
Yep,
of like,
yep.
I just wanted them to like spook you a little bit. I didn't want it to actually
Yeah,
go
I
down that
wasn't.
way.
I was hoping best case scenario. You aren't a murderer and everything's fine. you know. But it is true. I have to imagine once you see your husband's thinking room that he has just an empty house with a desk. You're probably like,
I don't know.
this is
Something's off about this.
something pretty bad's going on here.
Hmm. You expect to find another. You expect to find another family, but it's just a room with a chair in it.
Yeah, that's actually kind of scarier. Where you're like,
Yeah,
oh,
you're like,
jeez.
okay. Oh man, no, that was
But
a
no,
good
no.
movie. I enjoyed it immensely. I am glad I remained spoiler free. It didn't go as twisty as I thought, but I
No,
quite
there's not
enjoyed.
even like one big like you couldn't really say like, oh, but the twist is X. I guess it is that the wife set him up, but you don't even meet the wife till the second half, so it's more just it just keeps shifting like who the character you're following is and like what kind of trap Josh Hartnett is. Like that's what keeps changing.
Yeah, no, I liked it. I like expected him not to be the butcher, him to have like something else going on, but no, it was a he should
Like we
do
were
he should do movies like this more often.
I think so. Like
Shyamalan.
where
He does a
yeah, yeah,
really
where
good like police, like a really good thriller that doesn't like
I
have
thought so. Yeah, yeah,
supernatural
like
elements to it.
yep, not, yeah, yeah, exactly. No, like no weird monster or demon or superpowers. Just like a kind of pulpy thriller setup.
Yeah, because like
Kind of reminded me of
I don't like old near as much as I like this one, and I get old is
yeah,
not really a movie
old
for
like
me,
affects me.
but
Old affects me emotionally, but I find it a much like clunkier movie. Whereas
mm-hmm.
this one has like that Swiss watch thing, where all the gears are going pretty well.
Yeah, it's very precision. It's very
Yep.
precision based. That's why I think that's why I also put him up there high with Signs because Signs is a lot like Back to the Future and stuff, and it's a very precisiony Swiss clocky kind of
Yeah,
movie
yeah,
that
like
this one has.
watching all the pieces kind of come together.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I
So
give
yeah,
that a
no,
solid
we'll
five
wait.
out of five.
Oh yeah, yeah. I would agree. One of my favorites of this year so far. And yeah, I look forward to whatever his next one is. We'll do a commentary if we
What's his
like the if
next?
the thriller.
What's it? Was there any rumors of what his next? What
He's
Shyamalan is
like
working on?
writing and directing it, but I don't think he's like given away what the even the premise is. So I know it's coming
Mm.
out. Let me see. What's coming up for old M Night? No, he's not. He's not giving it away.
Mm.
M. Night Shyamalan next movie after Crap. Alright, wait, he's teasing his next movie after Crap. It's a cool flip on a genre.
Ooh. How
So
very forthcoming.
yeah, that's pretty vague. I'm really interested after Trap of coming at subject matters, but doing it from an angle you haven't seen before. That's just every movie.
It's amazing that they gave that guy the ability to pull up that bicycle. Oh.
Yes. So they're like, yeah, we're gonna let you touch anything. Is kind of crazy.
Yep. Oh, that is.
And then they let him hug the kid, which again, like, you don't know if now that he's arrested, like his love is gonna go out the window.
Or that kid could have something that would allow him to pick the lock.
Yeah, or the kid's gonna give him a key or something. Yeah.
Oh.
Or a gun. Like, you don't know what's going on.
What a fantastic movie. I enjoyed how unhinged it got. How the singer, I didn't even expect the singer to be involved in any way, but just to be the dressing of the movie.
The second he kind of like decides to just show her the video and everything. You're like, oh, now this is her movie, kind of.
Yeah, no, it was a really good movie. Any final thoughts on Trap?
Not too much. That Josh Hartnett, he's got some buff arms, and I like his stubble, and he's got very intriguing eyes. I could get lost in them for hours.
You can get lost in
Tanner?
them eyes. The house looked like a grandma house. Which was
yes, it was a grandma house.
It was a freaking
and they were
grandma
serving
house.
very grandma treats. It was like those deviled eggs kind of things on like a macaroni tin or whatever.
And I want to see a sequel to this movie where he kidnaps the t-shirt selling guy, takes him on an adventure.
Yes, I think that would be a cool way. It would be like Collateral, but with the t-shirt guy and Josh Hartnett.
I look forward to seeing Josh Hartnett appear in like 3 years in this role, but it's secretly a sequel to Glass.
I think that would be yes. Well, first now you got to do the Beast versus the Butcher movie.
Yep,
where it's
the Beast
McAvoy and
the Butcher movie,
and Hartnett going at it. And yeah, I think he should. There should be a franchise. It should be like he should be the new Freddy Krueger, the Butcher.
Lady Raven solves crimes.
Exactly. Well, that too. Yeah, there should be 3 spin-offs. One where he fights the Beast. One where it's just Nightmare on Elm Street. Like, just each one he's just killing people and getting out of traps. And then it's like a reverse Saw where it's Josh Hartnett is the killer finding himself in traps that he has to get out of.
Well, see, here's my sequel pitch. My sequel pitch is it's Trap 2, and this time Josh Hartnett is the one trapping Lady Raven and trying to kill her.
Ooh, I like
That's
that. Maybe
cliche, but it would work. She's in some concert in Milan or some other exotic locale.
Going off of this, he escapes.
Yep.
He assumes a new identity and becomes like an entertainment mogul and actually sets up a concert for Lady Raven, but she doesn't realize that the guy funding it is Josh Hartnett back for revenge.
Yeah, and it's all from Lady Raven's perspective, so you get this creepy oh, I feel I'm being stalked. Oh, I feel I'm being
it's all like it might just be in her head, like trauma from this incident.
Yeah, and everybody's oh no, you're crazy. That guy's long gone. He's probably dead in a ditch somewhere. Yada yada. But no.
No, he is pulling them strings. Yep. I like that. But then yes, after that, Lady Raven should just have different, like Daniel Craig, different Knives Out adventures where she is catching different crooks.
Is there another Knives Out coming out?
There is. It's called Wake Up Dead Man, and I believe it has the Tom Hardy in it.
Ooh, the Tom Hardy.
Which should be cool. Glenn Close. Oh, Josh Brolin. Who? Oh, did you hear this?
What about Josh Brolin?
He has been offered the role of Hal Jordan
in ooh, Josh
whatever
Brolin.
the whatever the new yeah.
Dude,
Uh,
I would not. It's interesting that they're gonna go with like an older. He's been a Lantern for a while.
yeah,
Hal Jordan, by the sounds of it.
maybe they're doing that to set up a like Jon Stewart or Kyle Rayner.
Probably. I hope. I mean, Kyle Rayner is my favorite. So like, I'm
Yeah,
all
that's yeah.
for. And I guess we've gone in a couple of Hals at this point. So like, yeah, give me a Kyle, give me a Kyle Rayner focused Green Lantern universe.
Absolutely, and
All
I
right,
because
Josh
again
Brolin it.
we've discussed this, but him being an artist is such a like I know they're space cops, but the fact that creativity is their like engine of their powers, it seems weird that it took them that long to actually have one who thinks creatively.
No, yeah, I would really I'd be down for Josh Brolin as Hal, as an older grizzled Hal that's been around the block and has got to
Yeah,
teach some young whippersnappers like
and
Guy
maybe he's
Gardner
already like
and
he might have already gone evil as Parallax or whatever, and is like all remorseful about that.
like, oh yeah, he was the greatest enemy the Lantern Corp ever faced.
Yep,
And
yep.
it's just Hal Jordan. Yeah, no, I'd be into that. I don't. I gotta admit, and maybe it's just because I've only ever seen the character in like a few things, and I've never really read him. But like, I could care less about Guy Gardner as a Lantern. Um,
Yeah,
everything
but
I've ever seen him in, he's
he's
just
kind of fun. He's basically like, but he can't be a standalone Lantern. I don't think very easily. But he will be Nathan Fillion in this Superman movie. So there is that. But no, he's kind of like the Kuwabara of the Lanterns. He's kind of like a big jerk, but he's got a heart of gold.
yeah. See, everything I've ever seen him in is just people being annoyed at him and him being annoying. Nobody's ever really
Yeah,
fleshed him out because they're just like, let's just throw him in as a side character and make him funny and annoying, but they're like, well, there's nothing more to him than that. So,
nah, so we'll see. I feel like Nathan Fillion can probably pull off the annoying but lovable.
mm-hmm.
Though again, I have no idea with the Superman movie how big a character like 'cause they've cast like Hawk Girl and Mister Terrific and Metamorpho, and I'm
There are
like,
so many characters in that movie.
are they just going to be cameos, or are they actually like who's actually going to be support actual major supporting characters in this
It does
movie?
kind of make me excited though to see what they're gonna do with the Batman movie, like the Brave and the Bold
Yeah,
under that, because like we don't ever get a lot of like weird Batman cameos in the movies. I feel like there's always one or
yeah.
two villains or two or three villains, but like they're really focused on that. I kind of can't wait to see if they like do what they're doing with Superman and like just cast a bunch of roles, because it'd be fun to see like Condiment Man appear in like a brief moment, or like the
Yeah, if they do
Crazy
like a really big
Quill.
ensemble
Mm-hmm.
Batman movie.
Yeah, an ensemble Batman
Well,
movie would be cool.
I was kind of hoping the Batman would be that because I've always wanted them to do a long Halloween or a Hush type,
Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
storyline where it's a bunch of different villains and supporting characters, and it's an actual mystery of who's doing it. So that would be cool. But I know that they're doing Damian Wayne, right? That's all they've kind of announced.
Yeah, it's just the Brave and the Bold, and that it would be Batman and Damian Wayne, who has kind of became one of my favorite Robins. So
Mhm.
I'm not against that. I know people like weirdly dislike him, but I think he works really well for like
Well, I like Damian Wayne.
yeah, and
He's
everything he does with Dick is like super super good.
that stuff's a lot of cool. Well, it's a lot of cool.
Very a lot of cool. All
So
right.
we ended Trap talking about superheroes.
Yep, as is the case because we're a bunch of nerds. But Trap, super good
And
movie.
yeah, Josh Hartnett, make him Kyle Rayner. Why not?
Who
Or
would Josh Hartnett
or the
play
Joker, or whatever you want.
as a good DC person?
So on that note, what are you up to, Tanner? Any pop culture in here you
No,
wanna
just the
reveal?
usual. We're over. If you like this commentary, make sure you give us a like, comment, and subscribe. We will be back with another one soon enough, where we'll definitely do Saltburn. You can find me over on where you're at, which is YouTube, Multiversal Archivist, and on Twitter at twitch.tv/Multiversal Archivist. What about you, my friend? How's your movie going? How's your movie?
Still plugging along, still set for October. We've started blitzing the social media with the posters for it, so it's getting to get the hype ready.
Ooh.
And otherwise, yeah, just been
And it got good buzz,
hanging
didn't
out.
it, when it was shown off?
Yeah. We showed it at like an open mic for shorts, little festival thing, and yeah, people were hooting and hollering, and one guy said that was sick at the end, which felt really good.
Ooh, yeah, we got an "It's Sick" at the end.
Yeah. So that's still coming along okay. Still just watching movies, reading books, having a good time.
Yeah.
I'm seeing A Midsummer Night's Dream tonight, a production out in the grass, which will be fun.
Ooh, fun. I'm gonna be watching more Buffy and Angel because I am trying to finish that.
Yeah, keep that up, and hey, maybe listeners at home will figure out like an appropriate Buffy episode or Angel episode for a commentary. That could be fun.
That could be fun, or even just talking
Maybe one
about
of the
Buffy and
season
Angel
finales or something.
at the end. For anybody who is interested in it, I definitely am a Angel man, more than a Buffy fan. Spike and Buffy is the stupidest thing ever.
Yeah. This is like us with the BVS thing. We're just burning down because
Yeah.
if there's any people that are as ravenous and all consuming as the Snyder heads, it is Spike and Buffy shippers. They get vicious. Those guys.
Yeah, I can't get on that horse by any means. Though I did like my most recent episode, which showed that he was kind of lame in his civilian
Yeah,
when he was
you just got
human.
to the episode "Fool for Love," where we learn he was a little like nerdy poet who nobody liked
Yep.
before he became Spike.
Yeah, I greatly enjoyed that reveal. It was very
He was kind of Giles
very
before
funny.
he was Spike, which is kind of interesting.
Yeah,
you
he was
know,
basically Giles before he was Spike.
or like you were saying, even worse than Wesley, because Giles was Ripper at least, so he's
Yeah, and Wesley's cool just because he's Wesley. So
yeah.
yeah.
Well, now we're in like the Wesley's is going to get better and better from here on out.
Dude, I am so glad he ended up with Virginia at the end of that episode.
Yes,
I
where he
whooped.
pretends to be Angel
Yeah, where
and
he
is like,
pretends to be Angel. I laughed so hard when he drank the blood and he was like, "Oh my god, that is so nummy."
that is
the
so
funniest
yummy.
line. Oh, all right, we're gonna get out of here. Everybody have a great rest of the day. We will see you in the next one.
Have a
Goodbye
good
for
one in
now.
listener land, and yeah, can't wait for Saltburn. Get your Saltburn hats out,
Yep,
everybody.
get your Saltburn bathtubs out.
All right.